I'm here at, now what do you call your place, Carolyn?
Antique Gallery.
Antique Gallery. Now why did you call it that?
Well, it's a combination of antiques, and we're on the art gallery side of downtown Pomona, and we're highlighting vintage art, so combination, so Antique Gallery.
So may I ask you this? I'm sure everyone has been asking you about, so what's it like being on the other side? Have you met any interesting artist types?
Well, I do meet interesting artist types, yes. It's interesting to be on this side because Gary Avenue is like the Grand Canyon.
It's the Great Divide
of Pomona. And if you're on the east side of Gary Avenue, nobody walks to the west side and vice versa. So what I'm finding here is a few of my loyal customers walk across, but mostly I don't get a lot of the antique people just casually looking for antiques. What I do find on this side, I get people who said, oh, I'm so glad you opened on this side because we never crossed Gary to go to the antique stores on the other side.
My God, so you've got a whole market to yourself.
So I do.
Wow.
So I have people who come for dinner. And
when they go to dinner, where are they going to? What is
they go to Joey's.
They go, and now, what is Joey's about? What's their
Joey's
specialty?
Barbecue. Joey's has been.
So they have the world-renowned barbecue. Is that right?
World-renowned barbecue.
Have you ever eaten there?
Oh my God, yes, way too many times.
I see. Now, when you go to Joey's and you eat there, what is your favorite meal?
Well, actually, I like to just get a baked potato with lots of stuff on it, but occasionally I'll get ribs, and then I get a St. Louis rib.
So a St. Louis rib. Now, what is the difference between a St. Louis rib and, let's say, like a Milwaukee rib or a Denver rib or something like that?
Well, I think a Denver rib would be a little more liberal. No.
It'd be a little more. So a St. Louis is from the Midwest.
Midwest, a little more conservative, a little more meat.
A little more meat.
A little more meat to it.
And a little more dependable, I guess. Yeah. No crazy liberal ideas.
Right.
And so what, now I see that your place is so damn neat. Look at this. Don't you know you're at an antique shop? Now, why do you have such an obsession for cleanliness and neatness? Because that's extremely rare for anyone to have a shop as pristine as yours in this industry. Now, why have you taken this approach?
Well, I think presentation is everything. So I like to set myself a little bit different from the rest of the stores, so people walk in and they really remark, oh, it's not cluttered. Oh, we can actually see what you have. You have things grouped. By their style or their era or their height.
So when you say that you have some things grouped, are there do you have like little vignettes and things like that of antiques, or how would you define some of the groupings?
Well, I put the sterling jewelry together. If it's newer sterling, I put that separate from the older sterling so that people don't get confused.
How about this one I'm looking at right here? This handcrafted turkey platter from Mexico. How old would you say that is?
I would say that's probably only, in the last 20 years.
Okay.
But it's a handmade piece. It's a piece of quality.
I understand that Mexican silver is very hot these days. And so that might be a grouping. How about another grouping? I see that you have a miniature elephant and bunny grouping here.
That would be a little stiff grouping.
A little stiff grouping, okay. And then I see we have some starfish jewelry over here. And how would you define this little grouping?
That's older sterling.
Older sterling. Now, how old do some of these things go back to?
I'd say some of that sterling is from the 30s.
Good. Great. And then I see you have glass here, some art glass. And do you have any cut glass by any chance? I'll take that as a no, we don't have much of that.
I think maybe we might have a couple of small pieces, but no.
And I see you have a little circus toy here, and then some old-fashioned glasses. Now, what about these ne'er-do-wells here who are playing cards?
That's Capodimonte.
So that is a Capodimonte. Now, how much in hard cold cash do you want for that Capodimonte?
That's like $375.
$375 for, and how old is this Capodimonte?
That's probably from the 80s. It was a limited edition. I think it went on eBay for about $1,400.
Okay.
So it's a collectible piece.
And then I see we have a lot of glass and china over here. Good. Okay. Now, do you have any Betty Davenport Ford stuff here?
We do.
Oh my God! Look at that. You've got one of the you got the dolphin piece.
We have the dolphin
Now,
piece.
what is the proper name of that? Now, she studied under Miller Cheats, right?
And she actually did all the fountain pieces in the downtown. She also did the deer that's over in the city hall, and the flying eagles, I believe, that's in the city hall.
Wow, that's fantastic.
And this piece is just called Dolphins.
Have you ever talked to her?
I met her years ago.
And what was
not recently.
What was the circumstance in which you and Betty Davenport Ford met?
I believe it was at a Pomona Valley Art Association gallery show.
Ah, I see.
She used to show with them.
How old was she at the time?
60s, at least her 60s. I believe now she's more like her 80s.
Okay. So, are there any other famous artists that you have here?
Well, the abstracts that are above, she was kind of an interesting artist. She was an artist in the 70s, and her claim to fame was that GTE bought her abstract paintings to put on the cover of their phone books.
They bought her abstract, no, about what year? So in the 70s?
The 70s.
GTE had abstract paintings on the cover of their phone books.
Right.
Do they still make phone books these days?
Yeah, they bother us with dumping them by our house that none of us use.
Okay. So what was her name?
I'm trying to reach her.
You're trying to reach her. Now, do you have a phone book? That might help. Or you could step on it.
Yeah, I need to. I'll get it for you afterwards.
Okay.
Her name is. I can't.
Well, maybe I can get it there. Oh yeah, I got it.
Can you get it?
Yeah, what's her name? Okay.
So we have 2 of those currently. We had 4.
I see. The fact that you're with all these artists here, the avant-garde types, as opposed to the more the conservative antique people from over there. What's that been like? Have you had any interesting experiences with them?
Well, I think it's a little more fun. They're late night.
So this place hops at night.
So whereas over on the other side, you would open at 10 in the morning and they close up by like 4 or 5. They're buttoned up tight. Here it doesn't really start going until 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and you stay open until 8. And if it's a second Saturday art walk, you stay open until 11 or 12.
So Monday through Friday. So what are your hours? Very slowly.
Tuesday through Saturday, we open at 11. And we close somewhere between 6 and midnight, depending on the crowd.
Between 6 and midnight. Now, how about that's Monday through Friday, or how about like on Saturday night?
Same.
Same thing.
Same.
So how many nights have you been here till midnight?
Almost every Saturday.
Almost every Saturday, and you've been here for about 4 months now.
Since September.
Since September. And so, do people come in? And when they come in, what do they say? Oh my God, I've never seen an antique store. So you are the latest regularly open antique store in Southern California.
I bet I am.
I bet you are. I have no doubt.
I bet I am. Now, people like it because sometimes parents are dropping their kids off at the glass house, and there's no stores open for them to look at, so now they have a place to come.
Oh, great. So kids are coming in here.
Well, no, the parents.
Oh, the parents.
Who drop the kids off.
Oh, okay.
The kids come in to use the bathroom, but they don't come in to shop.
Okay, so may make a note, if you need to use the bathroom, this is the place to come, especially after you've been to the glass house for a few hours.
Please don't use a planter.
Do not use the planters. Okay, mark that down.